All right, I figured we'd do a quick little weekend status update on the old car. Got a lot done. Our to-do list comes and goes, up and down, up and down. So here's our current to-do list. We put one up on Firebird page a few days ago. And so far we're sticking to it pretty well. I mean, there's some stuff that's getting carried over and there's some stuff getting added on, but so far so good in a lot of ways. So right now it's Saturday. Well, technically I guess Sunday now. It's about 12:15, and I'm getting ready to head out of here, go get some sleep, and come back in tomorrow, get a bunch done. And then I've got quite a bit on the docket for work this week, and I'll be traveling for work. So pretty much tomorrow is due date for me. I got to get a whole bunch done. Just want to do an audio check. Anyways, yeah, I got to get a whole bunch done tomorrow and be pretty well good to rock and roll, good to leave. So I feel pretty good about it. We're pretty close. So I guess I can kind of talk about what we've done. There is a third bottle now. It is longer and narrower than the other ones. So this bottle is 150 cubic foot. The other ones are 200 each. And added about 32 pounds to the car to put that bottle in there. We're doing that so that we can run faster than what the 121 ever thought of. So this should put us on par with 136 and beyond, is my thought. That this compressed air regulator flows so much air that we can use the extra capacity. It does look a little goofy. I wasn't able to get the bottle in there straight because of how long it is and where everything ended up at. But it's very, very well mounted, nice secure with that rod, and then goes directly to the cage back there. It's not going nowhere. So that's on. We just had the motor running a few minutes ago, so that's good news. It's up and going. We're also taking a play from Carl with CAS. Carl helped doing a lot of the aerodynamic design on this body style car back in the 80s, and also helped out tremendously with getting this factory production body style to go 200 and then 300 miles per hour. So he gave me some tips on where to put some things at on the car to help out a lot, and the first one was get that nose down. So she is down. This nose is really low now. It's not mounted yet, but that is tomorrow's task, is I'll be working on getting that mounted. But I dig it. It looks pretty good. I want to talk about something else. I'm going to raise the car up so you're going to have to hear a little rack noise. Oh, should mention while we're going up, the dash is clean for once. We took the time to actually sand it down, and then we painted it back to a flat black, same as it was, but it's much smoother, so a lot less surface for dust to stick to, because once it got dirty, it was near impossible to get clean. I also got something else fun to show you. I think I could eat lunch faster than this rack goes up. Pretty sure. Almost there. All right, good enough. Okay. So what I want to talk about is fuel cell stuff. So since we're on race gas now, we don't need nearly as much fuel capacity. So what we've done is we put in a RCI 1 gallon fuel cell. Holds technically like 1.3 gallons altogether. But we did that for a few reasons. One, a friend of Megan and I's had a unfortunate accident, and they are okay, perfectly fine, but they had a large aluminum fuel cell in the front of the car, and they hit the wall and it burst into flames. Lots of fire. Like I said, they're perfectly fine. Car got roasty, but fixable. Everything's always fixable. Well, there's no reason to carry an extra 3 gallons of fuel on the car if we don't need to. So that's weight, and that's also safety. And the aluminum cell we had on the car had cracked. I probably repaired it 6 times. It'd be one of those things we'd be getting ready to load up, and when we run methanol, we have a blue top lube in it, and there would be this blue stain on the outside of the tank. Well, it's either from spilling, which is very possible, or there's a crack. So more than likely it was usually a crack. So we'd find those, pull the tank off, dry it out, make sure it's safe, weld it back up again, put it back in the car, get loaded, and out of town we went. So it was always real unsettling thinking about, man, this thing could crack on the road to our destination. It could crack when we're in the race, it could crack, you know, before finals, you know, something silly. So we did the aluminum cell, or I'm sorry, we did the plastic cell, because it won't crack. And although I hate the fact that the cell is so thin that you can't, you know, drill and tap it like you can like a stock tank and add fittings that way, you have to use bulkhead fittings. You never feel like you get them tight enough. You never feel like they're going to seal. And when we first put fuel in the car earlier today, it leaked. Every one I put in. So, Buddy and I, we got the cell mounted, and that way it could be held really well with the motor plate. And then we got real after it on tightening the fittings down. And now they seal up really nice. So, kind of a pain in the butt there, but I think the benefits outweigh that little inconvenience. So let's see, what else did we do? Oh, I know what we did. We fixed everybody's favorite gap on the doors. Let's take a look at this gap. Okay, so door in question. Passenger side door that everybody could always see out of and thought there was a gap. So there you can see light through it. And as we come up, you can see that it's shaded a lot more now. It's actually painted now. So we got some hobby paint, you know, like you would on your Lexan bodies for your RC car stuff. And we gave it a little trim job. So that way, there's no more gap. Or maybe this tint will be a little easier to notice that's on there. So, oh, this is for everybody that kept saying there was a gap. There's never been a gap. Now I just made it more obvious there's not a gap. So, hope that appeases everybody. Dash is clean and painted. Hopefully it stays that way. Doors trimmed off. Hood is slammed AF right now. Working on, I'll get that mounted up hopefully tomorrow. We got our third bottle in. I gotta make some other changes under the hood, but we're real close. So I'm feeling pretty good. I think we'll have everything wrapped up tomorrow that we want to do, and then we'll be good to go there. Also worked on the trailer, moved some stuff around on the trailer as far as the air compressor goes, moved some of the system inside the trailer and replumbed it all today. Also made a new filling line. This guy's pretty neat. We can go over this actually. We'll talk about this guy. Put you down right here. Okay, so here we are at the back of the car. Right here is actually where we fill the compressed air. And normally what we would do is we would just have this quick disconnect that pops on there like a normal airline, and then I would manually turn up the regulator in the trailer to start sending air to the car, because the trailer will be charged at 4,800 pounds, and then the car can only go to like 3,300 pounds. I mean, there's a little fudge we can do there, but 20 or 3295 is what the bottle says, and then burst pressure is much higher. So usually we kind of fill it when it's kind of hot to like 3,500, and then once temperatures equalize, it's down, 33 range. So anyways, what I did was, you open the regulator up, you start filling the car, but you gotta have somebody standing there doing it the whole time. And then once the car was full, I didn't have a bleeder on the trailer, so then you had to back the regulator back out and let all this air out of like all kinds of lines. So now I put this together. So this will pop on, and what it does is we'll leave the regulator alone in the trailer. It'll have pressure on it. Open the ball valve up. It'll start flowing air into the car. And then when we're done, we'll shut the ball valve off. And then we'll open up this bleeder, because you cannot pull these hoses apart with pressure on them. You have to equalize the pressure. So we'll use that volcano breather or bleeder. It'll vent the air off of this assembly, and then we can pop it right back off. Boop. And that way we can stop messing with our regulator settings in the trailer. And we can just put one number in and leave it alone. So that'll make it easier as crew guys, take on different tasks, and as one of us gets busy, another one's able to step in easier, and it'll be less guesswork. So make stuff easier, make stuff a little better. So I'm pretty pumped. We're well on our way to being ready for Shady side this coming weekend. I will be doing another video later with more changes done. But so far, we're rolling through pretty dang good. I'm pretty happy with our current progress and status on the car. It's moving along really well. I gotta still remount stuff. Like this is normally what holds the whole front end. Won't fit no more. So gotta make some changes there. I'm gonna make a new beam tripper, because obviously this is way lower, because this is ground height right here where the rack is. So she is low. She's ready to go. Can't wait to see what it does. Hoping it just streams right through the air, pushes that front end down, get more air on the back of the car, makes more grip, and we'll just let her rip with all the power we can come up with. See how it goes. So I'm feeling good about Shady's side. So far, everywhere we've ran the cast system, whether it's on the LS or the big block, the car's been very fast, and we're getting a better handle on stuff. We're, taking care of shortcomings on the car. We're getting it to be more competitive. When I lose, I don't take it lightly. First there's a bit of emotional shock of what did I do wrong, and then comes what are we gonna do to fix it, and then comes digging in and making the changes needed to get it fixed. So that is what we are doing. Big block's fresh, it's nice and happy. It's about third of the way in on run count for the rods. However, we'd normally change the rods out of the blower, but I don't think we're going to have to change them as fast now. You know, this system seems to be a lot easier on stuff. Let's see, we got to change rear gear still. The gear we have in the car right now is a little too deep, and I want to back that off a little bit, drop some RPM, because I plan on picking up some mile per hour at Shady side with the nose being down. And it's not really a no prep, it's a light prep slick race. And last year, once you got, you know, really once you got 200 foot out there, it was whatever you had. Whatever you had in the car for power, put it in. You know, let it ride. That race really could handle pretty much any horsepower you want to throw at it, it seemed like. So that's what we are preparing for. We are preparing for a lot of power. A lot of power, a lot of mile per hour, a lot of very short back half split. That's our goal. That's what we're going for. I dig this. I like it. I want to try to fill these in before we go. It may just be aluminum covers. I'm going to try to fill those in too. And then I bought some plastic ramps to drive the car up on in the pits. And I am going to still try to get it to hinge and hopefully clear the ground. So based on where that bar is in here, it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. But we'll see if we can make it work. I really want to make it work. It makes everything so much easier if we don't have to pull the nose off. But I have a feeling that I'll probably be resorting to pulling the nose off to go in and out of the trailer and to put fuel in it between the runs and a service car. For now. But if everything pays off and there's, you know, really good information gained with this, then I got that new nose sitting at home. It's a lot lighter than this one. You know, it's not got all of our repairs in it, and that'll go in the car and I'll mount it where I need it. So, all right, well, kind of a short one for tonight. I'm ready to get home. So, all right, adios.